So here I'm making my spice blend for this. The first thing I have is celery salt. I'm trying to open it up. This is a teaspoon measure. So I ended up using a teaspoon of the celery salt. And it just adds a nice flavor. We're adding celery in the filling anyway. And then this is parsley, which is just a nice green. So just adding that. It's really, really good. It just gives a nice vegetal note. So adding a tablespoon altogether of parsley. And we have Italian seasoning now, which I just figured it would be good. It has rosemary, thyme, all the things. So a tablespoon of that. I cannot for life of me find my dried herbs from the summer. I don't know what I did with them. I must have put them in my basement pantry space. So I'm going to have to find those. And not sure exactly what that one was. I think that was like herbes de Provence, but I'm not entirely certain because silly me, I didn't show it. I know I did add that. So, and oh, if you look behind me, you can see that my birds are laying again. I have half a teaspoon of powdered thyme, which is delicious. I mean, I'm just thinking, you know, all the flavors that you would use in like poultry seasoning. And this is half a teaspoon of powdered rosemary. I like that way better than the whole rosemary needles because they're just, well, they can be really sharp and annoying. So we've got all that. And then I was going to get salt and pepper, but yeah, see in the background, look at those beautiful eggs. I'm so excited. The girls are finally working again. Okay, and then we just have the Himalayan pink salt here. Use whatever kind you'd like. I don't use iodized, but you got to use what makes you happy. Got a couple teaspoons there because I have that celery salt in there already. And just stirring that up. Then kind of powdering it up a bit. I'm adding about half a teaspoon of black pepper. And just crushing that up really well. We don't want it to be in big chunks in each jar. We want it to be nice and incorporated. And boy, I tell you what, this blend smells really good. So this is what we'll use in our pot pie filling mix. And then this is a half-gallon jar of foraged ramps that we got last spring. And I really wanted to use those up because I plan on getting more this coming spring. I think I'll bring you guys along and show you how we harvest wild ramps. They smell so good. When I dehydrated these, though, I was kind of regretting life for a little while because they stunk up my house so bad. It smelled so strong, like onion. It was really, really strong. These have an amazing flavor. They're absolutely beautiful, and I'm just busting them up because not only have the greens, but some of the bulb too. And I think I ended up using about half a cup of those. Just bust them up, bust them up. I've got a ways to go using them, but I've no doubt that we'll find something to do with them. And it was so much fun to go foraging for these. I went with my friend Liz. We had a great time. We both came back with quite a bounty. There's a whole lot of abundance in one of our local parks. So we definitely ethically foraged, but it is a tremendous amount of fun. So far I have onions, potatoes, celery, and carrots. I have my spice blend. I have a whole bunch of wild-crafted leeks. Well, not wild-crafted, that doesn't make sense. These are foraged. We got these last spring. And I need, excuse me, I need to use them up because it's almost time to go foraging again. And then, for anybody that's doubtful, I told you, $16.98. This is 10.11 pounds, $1.68 a pound. This is here in Iowa. It's a chain of grocery stores, so that's what 10 pounds of chicken breast looks like. I'm going to go ahead and cut up probably half this package or so, maybe a little bit more. I probably want to put about a pound per jar. We'll do 7 jars of our chicken pot pie filling. So once these are all cut up, I will come back. And here's Mr. Magnus. Magnus, your hair needs to be brushed. He's going to be 3 years old tomorrow. Say hi. Okay, here is my quart jar. I'm trying to find a good angle here, and I tell you what, they don't tell you when you're doing this YouTube stuff that it can be a real trick to find a good angle. So I'm propping this up with a couple of jars. All right, there we go. That's better. So first thing I'm going to do is add my chicken breasts It's gonna be close to halfway, I'd say. We want to have plenty of chicken for our pot pie. And I'm going to add a teaspoon of my seasoning blend and a good hearty teaspoon of my ramps. And then we are going to add a cup of our veggie blend. Let's see how that looks. Let's see what we got. Hello, Chichi. And a little bit more. That looks just about perfect. Abby, could you give me a chopstick when you get a sec? Now we are going to add our beautiful home canned chicken broth.
Are you videoing?
Yes. Hi, Leif. You guys please be quiet. Mama's filming. And then we're just going to debubble all this. I will add things like peas and thickener later on when this is actually baking. You could technically add like permaflow or some other kind of starch to this, but I really don't see a need for that at this point in time. So look at that. It's just that simple. Isn't that beautiful? This is going to make a wonderful chicken pot pie. This is one of those I almost feel silly putting it in a jar for you because it's so simple. But these are great. These are absolutely fantastic. You can just pop open your jar. You can eat these as soup too. It does not have to be chicken pot pie. I'm going to go ahead and pause this because Magnus is deciding to place stack the jars. Okay, we're back.
But why is taking it away from you?
And the children are having another spat because that's what they do. Okay, so I'm just doing this with each one. It's about 1.25 cups of veggies. Now you want it to be pretty generous. We like chicken, but this is pot pie, and you gotta have plenty of veggies in pot pie. So I've never tested this spice blend before, and I have no idea how Ramps canned are gonna taste, but I think it's both gonna work out really well. And even if it doesn't, it's only 7 quarts. If we don't like it, we'll eat it anyway. But if we do like it, which I firmly believe that we're going to, this will probably become a relatively regular rotation. And this is going to be so rich because not only do you have those chicken breasts, but you also have this beautiful chicken bone broth. And I love these jars. These are vintage jars. They're super duper thick. I absolutely love them. So I'm going to keep doing these, and then I'm going to pop them in the canner. Cold canner because we're using cold ingredients. I wanted to show you guys real quick. This is that beautiful lemon drummy meat. We had some tonight for dinner. And man, this is so good. We put it over spaghetti noodles. Delicious. I cannot recommend that one highly enough. And here we have the final product. 7 quarts and 4 pints of beautiful chicken pot pie filling. I cannot wait to try this. You could also use this for soup. You could use it for chicken and dumplings. Whatever you use it for, I bet you are gonna love it. Have a great night and see you tomorrow.